Hi everyone, my name is Kamali Thompson and I am a fourth year MD MBA student at Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson Medical School, and this year I'm applying for residency in orthopedic surgery and I'm so excited to graduate and start my career. So, why healthcare? Well, I actually knew from a really young age I was going to be a doctor, and there were numerous Halloweens that I wore the same scrub costume because I just couldn't get enough of it. Originally, I was going to go into pediatrics, and I'd never seen surgery until my third year of medical school. And in my very first orthopedic case, my attending asked me if I wanted to put a screw in my patient's femur. And I was so fascinated. I was like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. I went home that night and I decided to switch specialties to orthopedic surgery. I love orthopedics because you can manipulate the body to help it function properly, and you get to use really cool tools like drills and mallets and all types of things. The patients come into the OR broken, and when they leave, you fixed it, and having that satisfaction is such an amazing feeling. Fun fact about orthopedics, there are approximately 100 African American female orthopedic surgeons in the country and 25 residents, which means when you think about it, there are going to be more views in an hour in this video than there are African American female orthopedic surgeons in this country. That's craziness. So mentorship is very important for me as a resident and an attending. I want to make sure that I help other underrepresented minorities have all the tools they need to excel in the medical field. For me, this means either helping with a program like Nth Dimensions, which is how I got to where I am today, or starting my own program. So why is this important? Because studies have shown when minority patients are being treated by minority doctors, their outcomes are significantly better. And how many physicians in the US are African American? 4%. That's crazy. That means we have a long way to go to bridge the gap to make sure all of our patients are cared for the best way that they can be. When I'm not in medical school, I am a fencer for Team USA. I'm on the US National Women's Sabre team, and I'm a 2021 Olympic hopeful. And fencing has been such an amazing experience. I've traveled all over the world, and I've competed in 22 different countries, which is super awesome. Fencing's kind of similar in medicine where there aren't that many African Americans, but thankfully, due to my club, Peter Westwick Foundation, I've found a family and I've been able to mentor a lot of my kids on Saturdays and be a great role model for them athletically and academically. So for me, this journey has been very difficult at times, extremely rewarding always, but also incredibly expensive. And I've had to take out a bunch of loans for my medical school education, my business school education, and to start up my fencing career. And for the last 8 years, what that's meant for me is working on the weekends to pay for my fencing trips and doing everything possible to decrease the amount of loans that I take out. So this grant would be phenomenal in increasing the financial burden I know I'm going to experience as soon as I graduate. A lot of people ask me, what motivates you? Like, how are you fencing and in medical school and running all over the place like a crazy person? And the number one answer is passion. I love fencing, I love competing, I love traveling, and I love medicine. And that is the only way I will be able to be sitting at home, run to the train, run back to practice, run back home to the train, and keep studying, and then get 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night sometimes. I have a lot of passion for what I do, and I love every moment of it. And the second reason is for myself and for my family. I am the first doctor, or gonna be the first doctor in my family, and I know that just speaks volumes as an African American, and I'm just glad to make everybody proud. So one piece of advice that's been very invaluable for me are 2 little words that my mother said to me when I asked her if I should keep fencing while I started medical school, and that's, why not? What's the absolute worst that can happen? Now, every time I'm faced with really difficult decisions like thinking about going to business school, thinking about switching into orthopedics, or trying to make an Olympic team, I just think, why not? What's the absolute worst thing that can happen? And even if you don't reach your goals, there are still so many lessons that you learn along the way that it's definitely going to be worth it.